with a twisted glee. A horror host like you've never seen. He'll take you on a ride of fear and sadness. Dr. Acid's Midnight Madness.
Happy midnight, everyone! My name is Dr. Acid, and I am the host with the most voices in his head. Hold on 1 second. Let me turn off my electro tube. This is Midnight Madness. Welcome, everyone. And technically, we are an hour outside of midnight, but we're going to usher in the celebration of the witching hour in 60 minutes time. With that said, a little disclaimer. Tonight's movie is so traumatizing, so horrific, it pretty much invented an entire genre. So if you are susceptible to any scenes of violence or gore, or any type of psychological trauma, or claustrophobia, then turn off this live feed right now. And also, if you're under the age of 18, go ahead and turn this off. You do not want to watch this movie. You will be scarred for life. With that said, a quick introduction around the room. My name is Dr. Von Acid. We have Nurse Noxious behind the camera. She may or may not make an appearance tonight. My assistant, Jackanapes. He's a half man, a half monkey. I built it myself. My contribution to science. I don't see where he's at. Jackanapes. Jackanapes. Oh! He's out there somewhere. We got the peanut gallery in the back. Say hello, peanut gallery. I still have no idea who these people are. They're here when I go to sleep. They're here when I wake up. Who else? Oh, how can I forget? I'm very excited to introduce to you the world's fastest supercomputer and AI. Operating at 4,000 megs of RAM. It's the V4000. Goodness gracious, V. How you doing tonight? Now, the V4000 is also known as the Nightmare Machine. He permanently transmits and downloads transmissions from the fear zone. And the strongest transmission that he finds, he projects here in the laboratory, and that's our movie for tonight. Okay, V, can you print out tonight's movie? We got it, all right. All right. Tonight's movie is, this is the description. And it's a little burnt out at parts.
Yes, right now. Did you say you are burnt out?
Okay. There's a panic throughout the nation as the blah, 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 blah. I can't read that, it's blacked out. Terrified people barricade themselves in a old farmhouse and attempt to remain safe from the clutches of these creatures. Wow. That could be anything. All right. But you know the drill. We're going to add this to tonight's concoction. Kids, don't do this. This is absolutely unsafe. But it's all for science. We're going to add this to the poster. That's the first scene of the movie. Let's see.
Tells me. That's it.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, I know that she can't. Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Test. We're back on? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problem.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in?
Well, there's no one around.
Well, it's late. If you'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep on the time change.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one. Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh? Hey, I mean praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, there's not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
You're still afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Tonight's concoction. We're going to be making an antidote for a zombie bite. And it's kind of like the antidote you make from snake venom. You know, you take a little bit of something from a zombie, and then it makes about 200 versions or 200 antidotes. So, if you get bit by a zombie during a zombie apocalypse, which could be coming at any time, it's coming pretty soon. It's coming right now. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. So the ingredients, there's a lot of different ingredients that's it's proprietary. Yes, only I know that two others know the exact ingredients, but one of the main ingredients is something specific from a zombie. What? before we get into that, I'm very excited to introduce to you, we have a special guest all the way from Japan. Mr. Scott Nugent, come on up. Wow, look at this guy now. Scott Nugent, yes, is from Japan, where he shoots You Can Do It, which is kind of like urban exploration videos.
Yeah, I do urban exploration, talk about different things, talk about life out there. I got lights in my eyes, it's a wonderful time. I love it, dude.
I know it's doing.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, how long have you been doing exploration videos? How long have you been doing You Can Do It?
I've been doing this for 3 years. It started in this little podunk town called Orlando, Florida, and ended up in a place called Osaka, Japan.
Actually, you mind handing me that microphone right there, please? Oh, no, the other one.
I'm not quite sure what's going on. Of course, I'll put the.
So hold it with the air. There we go. We got the handheld mic.
Oh, sorry. I gotta do that. Okay.
Oh, the show is high quality. You got it.
Number one.
We've got 2 mics, but only one receiver. But anyways, so you got it. The last time I looked on your profile,
Yeah.
on your YouTube profile,
Yeah.
which is You Can Do It,
Yeah.
which is about urban exploration.
It's about life. It's about living in a different country. It's just something you don't normally see. And it's the hongo, and it's the home, it's Japan. So yeah, sometimes it gets a little scary though.
Yes. No, but you got like 500 million subscribers, is that right?
Hold on. Did you see the bald spot in the back of my head? There's scientists. Can you see this right here? Like, this is what happens when you get older. And there are creams that you can use to fix that. But unfortunately, it costs a lot of money. I don't have that kind of money.
I just want to say that I'm actually a really big fan of the way that you shoot videos.
Yeah.
You got your old distinct style. And where'd you go?
I'm right there.
This man's a magician. So I was hoping that you could stay for the whole show, and then maybe you could teach us how to shoot some of the You Can Do It videos.
Yeah. I'm marveling that you have a test tube from Japan. There's a little glass tube that goes in there and it stops the water from going. I'm just amazed that you have this. How do you find this?
You know what that is?
Maybe I don't now. I don't know. What is it? What is it?
I thought the blue cap means that the jaguar is from sperm whale.
Kaiju! Okay, kaiju, wonderful. That's wild. These are jokes, my friend. You have jokes. I put this in my face. I feel like I'm in Photoshop through this, you know?
You know, they say my humor's alpha, but it is going to get beta.
Is that like the Alpha Omega?
Alpha beta.
Alpha Beta? It's wait, show. Wait. VHS won this beta war thing, so I'm sorry, man. You got us wrong format.
You know, the VHS is the technology that we have here in the lab. Okay, so if you can stay for the show, we're going to go to the next part of the movie. Nurse Noxious, take us away. And don't sit on my ex-wife here. Go ahead and take a seat on the other side. No, that side. There you go. Part of the movie thinking Nurse Noxious.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
Johnny.
child dog. All right. I know it's getting very scary. Did you expect that? Holy cow! All right,
Fred, sorry, it's a terrifying film.
I'm very excited. One of the greatest things about doing this show is receiving fan mail.
Oh, you got family? You have fans?
All four of them.
Oh,
But you know, that's what makes it. That's what makes it great about doing this show. It's fans.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to read some of the fan mail?
I'll let you take the first like 5 or how many are there?
Well, no, I'll probably just open it up to 2.
I'll take one that you don't want to take, okay? Whichever one you don't want, okay?
All right. Let's see what we got
Let
here.
me put my down the drink. Hey, I didn't see you there.
This one's Dr. Acid Secret Lab Way. That is the address, Secret Lab Way. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Let's see what it's supposed to have to say.
It's got swag on it.
It does have swag.
Seal with a kids here.
All right, let's see. Dear Dr. Acid, I've been a fan of you since before the accident. Wow, that's good. People know about that. I want to write to you the Brosian. I love the cute way you say it. Brosian was true. Oh. Wow, sorry. I may have to explain this letter over later on. Blah, blah, blah. I'm happy you suggest. Oh my, my. No, I can't wait for our next meeting, our next romantic meeting. Doris, your 88-year-old fan. There is a wire hanger written in here.
What?
I know, but we'll go to another fan mail. This one is not appropriate for tonight's show. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not too sure who that was from. This one is to Dr. S.
Very dramatic.
It is
Very dramatic.
one of their secret ways.
He is really having a hard time.
I know, B.
He's having an identity crisis.
B is going through a different voice modulation. All right, let's see what it has to say. Oh my word, look at this.
It's well written.
What's a lot? All right, well, let's see what this says. It says, Dear Dr. Acid, I am writing to you from the Congo. I have disposed of your ex-wife's body as per your instructions. That is very true. No one will ever suspect that the infamous Dr. Acid had anything to do with her disappearance. If they do indeed find your body inside of a crocodile, they will never suspect that you hired a cleanup man to feed your remains to a reptile. Thank you for the opportunity, if you ever meet someone, to dispose of your ex-wife's body again. You know it originally, sincerely, Freddy the Freak.
Freddy the Freak!
Wow.
You Freak! It's 1-800
Yeah.
490-MREK. Freddy Freaker.
Can you get the ad of Freddy the Freak up?
I don't. You're asking me to get something up. I don't think I can get it.
Or you can get the ad for Freddy the Freak. We'll watch it during the next break.
You can get the ad up.
These are great. Thank you very much, Freddy the Freak. And we may have to get to the first letter to explain that a little bit later. But there's not just take us to the next part of the movie. It's getting very exciting.
It's a Freddy thriller.
I can't believe that first fan letter from, Doris.
What?
It's all right. Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us. The truck is out of gas. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out here if we can get some gas. Is there a key? I suppose you've tried this. Do you live here? Jesus. We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
What's happening?
How do you think it's happening?
What's happening?
Two of them. There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I don't
I know you're afraid, but we have
I
to...
don't know! I don't know! What's happening?
Wow. I am completely amazed that you made it through that movie. That was completely nightmarish. It was horrific. How many people died? I don't know. But congratulations for making it. All right. Join us tomorrow night. And with that, I will see you next time. Good night.
In the lab, fear-festered shadows grow. Dr. Acid brewed potions, blood may flow. Nurse nauseous roam like a spectre unseen. Choke you in the fog of the nightmare machine. Dr. Acid's midnight madness. Haunted screams breed sheer sadness. Terrible films, they leave you ravaged. Join the madness, souls out damaged. Virus in the veins, ghost in the screen. Screams echo in the void so mean. Bones rattle tunes, the grim serenade. In Dr. Acid's realm, hopes fade. Dr. Acid's midnight madness. Haunted screams breed sheer sadness. Terrible films, they leave you ravaged. Join the madness, souls out damaged. Flickering lights haunt these halls. Celluloid terrors, echoing calls. Nightmare machine hums, no light seen. Nurse noxious stitches up the dream. Dr. Acid's midnight madness. Haunted screams breed sheer sadness. Terrible films, they leave you ravaged. Join the madness, souls out damaged. In the veins, ghost in the screen. Screams echo in the void so mean. Bones rattle tunes, the grim serenade. In Dr. Acid's realm, hopes fade. Dr. Acid's midnight madness. Haunted screams breed sheer sadness. Terrible films, they leave you ravaged. Join the madness, souls out damaged. Lights haunt these halls. Celluloid terrors, echoing calls. Nightmare machine hums, no light seen. Nurse noxious stitches up the dream.